Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review for the Dolph Lundgren Marathon. And unfortunately, it is another rant because I gave this film another shot, hoping it would get better another time. Because I remember the first time I saw something like Bridge of Dragons. Watch it again, I'm like, this was better than I remember. Not the case for this. Because Dolph Lundgren, I think he's a damn good director. Most of the films he's directed, I've rather enjoyed. The Defender, Command Performance, The Russian Specialist. I keep thinking he directed Stand Trade, but he didn't, so I'm sure in these reviews I'm going to make that fuck up more than once. He directed Stand Trade? No, he didn't. He wanted to direct it for so long that it's just embedded in my mind. So again, I'm sure I've fucked that up before, and I will fuck that up again. But of the films he directed, this is definitely the weakest one, and it's not the worst. I mean, it's not as bad as Agent Red or The Lost Patrol or Cover Up or fucking Jill the Ripper or something. But it's pretty much Dolph's version of Pale Rider or High Plains Drifter, however you want to put it. Pale Rider because he's a preacher who likes to read from the Bible. High Plains Drifter, going to town. You get a bit more of, because if you see High Plains Drifter, there's the thought of, is Clint Eastwood a ghost? Is he not a ghost? And I think you get a little bit of that in Pale Rider as well, but I felt that more in High Plains Drifter. And it just seemed like this was Dolph trying to combine the two. And it's not that successful. The fight scenes are not that well done, surprisingly, because Dolph is pretty capable, but they seem either poorly edited or the way he put the camera or the way it's framed at times. There's some poor framing of the fight scenes. So it sometimes is a bit confusing in these fights. Also, the color filter. I don't know. I read somewhere that there was some mistake because it was shot in like Super 16 or something of that nature. And then it was trying to go HD and something fucked up. So this wasn't the color that Dolph wanted. I don't know if that's the case, because there's no making of material on here and there's no interviews. It says some deleted scenes, which I didn't bother watching because I don't care. But that's what it said, is that there was some mistake. Then you know what? Should have gone back and fixed it because it looks awful. In the beginning, it looks almost black and white, but not quite. And the rest of the film, there's a little bit more color, but it's very ugly looking film. It's a very ugly looking flick. And I don't understand. Okay, if there was a mistake, go back and fix it. Don't release it like that. Was it a mistake they looked at and they if you don't have enough money, raise up some fucking money, because this is your film that you're directing. This is the way the film looks. That's a pretty important part. If you know what I mean, feel free to look up a clip. Granted, it's not as like piss yellow like Assassination Games or Van Damme, but it's still an ugly looking. I almost want to say monochromatic, but I don't think that's the right phrase. It just, it's the first thing that comes to mind is very ugly looking film. Again, like the beginning looks almost black and white, like gray, and then the rest of him, like I said, a little bit more color, but it's ugly. And the movie is very simple and basic, which is not a bad thing. Dolph rides into a town on a motorcycle, sees this guy, this druggie named Billy getting beaten up. He beats these three rednecks up, including throwing a baseball bat at one's legs. He goes to the cemetery to see the ceremony of this Native American who passed away. Talks with the Native American's family. They ask, "Are you a friend of his?" And he goes, "Yeah, you could say that." And well, maybe it's not the guy's family; it's the guy's friends, because the woman does say, yeah, she looked at him like it was her father. She was like a family friend. And this this mom and son and daughter, the three of them, of course they're sad that their friend passed away, but they think their friend was murdered by this group of people that want to build a casino. Of course, Native American, gotta deal with casinos, I guess. And the bad guys want a physical casino built, while the others wanted just an online gambling proposal so that you still get the money, but you don't have all the druggies and hookers and anything around that area. And the movie seems like it's trying to be pretentious, and it's really trying to go into the themes and thoughts and also the dealings of Native Americans. Like they talked about the number 4, how it's sacred, because the seeds, the branches. I might stick a branch up your ass. If I want to watch this, I'll watch Thunderheart with Val Kilmer, which I thought was a better movie. There's other movies dealing with Native American lore, Native American politics that I found much more interesting than this movie. Again, Thunderheart with Val Kilmer being an example. And pretty much you're just waiting around for the next time Dolph beats some guys up. And this is going to sound stupid coming from me, but even that got boring. Don't get me wrong, I love a film where Dolph just goes around beating the fuck out of people. That's why I love direct action. Direct action was pretty much that movie. Dolph goes around and beats the fuck out of people. But each one kind of mixed it up and felt different. Or like at one point Dolph's flipping someone over, one point Dolph's in a knife fight or a gun fight. Here it's kind of almost the same thing repeated, just beating them up. Asshole cowpokes messing with the two teens, he beats them up. Dolph, when he's not beating people up, likes to sit in a diner, read a Bible, and drink tequila. This druggie named Billy from earlier in the film, he's a witness. They try to protect him, but later on he gets killed. But at this point, they're trying to protect him. I think maybe Dolph wanted this. I mean, I know Pale Rider and High Plains Drifter get brought up, but I kind of wonder if he wanted this to be his Billy Jack. Because there is a line in dialogue that reminds me of Billy Jack, where he's like, and I like the line, how Dolph says it, where he goes, before I take this knee and break that nose. And he does it. But in the fight scenes, Dolph is better at this stuff. I've seen him do better in films he directed. I don't know what happened with this film. I don't know what it is. Was he trying to do something new? Did someone come in and fuck up the editing or the frame? I don't know what the deal is. I really don't. I remember when I first saw this being, I think I wanted to like it, because that was a high of Dolph. Hey, he's directing again, and then but it's not a good movie compared to his other stuff. There's another point where he breaks an arm and shoots up a bar after the bad guy makes him an offer to either leave or stay and join his bad guys. And then the third act, these bikers show up all of a sudden. I'm like, where the hell did the biker stuff come out? Almost felt like it came out of left field. Just like 2/3 of the film, I don't remember any mention of bikers. But all these bikers who are with the bad guy, and probably one of them, when he hears a Dolph goes, it can't be, he's dead. Let me cut to the chase of that and spoil it. You get the idea that Dolph is a spirit, a ghost, and that I guess he was the father of the Native American family. Because I know at one point she mentions how, like a very almost throwaway line, yeah, their father was killed by a biker gang. It's done like a wide shot. It's almost like a throwaway line. If you got to take a piss and forgot to pause it, you miss it. I'm like, This almost seems like you're going to, I wouldn't say a different film, but it seems like something that should have been done a little bit earlier, not your third act. But the bikers, they kill Billy the druggie, they kill 2 deputies, Dolph and the sheriff, who was a dick at the beginning, but now he's with Dolph, goes in, and Dolph starts killing the bikers. Some of them are decent, like he hangs one guy, some shotgun fun. Some are like, eh. Like, he kills a guy, I guess he stabbed him in the eye, but we don't see it. Just a guy comes out of a house, oh, my eye. Would have been nice to see that, a stab in the eye. That would have been cool to see. There's one bit I enjoy where Dolph just comes out with a shotgun, fucks some people up, and the guy goes, it can't be you. And Dolph shoots the guy in the face with a shotgun. Bloody. Practical. I like that part. And he goes, it is me. Whereas I think it's just, it's me. So he is the pretty much a ghost. Because he gets a shot on the side and no effect. And there's moments in the film where he disappears, like he's riding off a motorcycle and the teen girl's trying to chase after him. And it's one of those valleys on the back of the motorcycle where it goes down, but he never pops back up, so he disappears. He went back to the highway of heaven, I guess. And that's pretty much the movie. I mean, really the main bad guy that we see for 2/3 of the film doesn't really get his just desserts, because he just gets knocked out by the sheriff and then arrested. And this is the bad guy who's been fucking with, who's been the thorn in people's sides for most of the movie. And then the guy who gets the shotgun to the face, we've only seen him in the third act in a couple scenes as the leader of these biker guys. And he's the guy who gets a shotgun to the face. And I'm thinking, I don't know, just so it didn't feel earned. It didn't feel as satisfying because I'm like, okay, I get that he's the guy who killed Dolph. I'm guessing, well, not guessing, I'm pretty sure. But it says something when I think even a film a la The Wraith, which dealt with a guy who died and comes back for revenge. The Wraith is a better movie than this. And I'm not a huge fan of The Wraith. It's okay. There's moments that I enjoy. Overall, I like The Wraith okay, but even that's better than this. And this movie is no High Plains Drifter, because that's one of my favorite Clint Eastwood westerns, along with the Fistful of Dollars and a few dollars more stuff. High Plains Drifter I love. Pale Rider I don't mind, but I would put that above this. Like Missionary Man against Dolph, maybe thinking he's Clint Eastwood, but it's definitely not as well directed as a Clint Eastwood movie. Um, Again, so the action scenes are shot piss poorly. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what the fuck happened. Someone knows, feel free to tell me. And produced by Andrew Stevens, star of The Terror Within. He produced a lot of stuff, a lot of movies, started his own production companies. But Andrew Stevens, after being an actor in films like The Terror Within, directed some stuff and was a producer. And this is one of the films he produced. So it's a Dolph Lundgren film. I would say the worst film he's directed, sad to say. It's still better than, like I said, because it's a short enough film. It's 90 minutes long, and it's not as insipidly boring as The Last Patrol or as piss poorly done with stock footage like Agent Red, but it's a poor directorial effort by Dolph, and I know he can do better because he's done better. I try. I think after this he did The Killing Machine, I believe. I have to look up, and even that's a better movie than this. Like Killing Machine is a fun film. I'll get to that. But yeah, not much I could say. I'm just repeating myself. Missionary Man. I'd rather be in the missionary position with a beautiful woman, but if this was one of those reviews where skits would happen and someone would come in, I'd be like, some beautiful woman pop up and climb on my lap, but that's not the case. So I had this fucking movie right in my ass for 90 minutes and being like, okay, this Native American stuff, I watch Dances with Wolves because I swear Dances with Wolves even seems to go faster than this movie in the pacing. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.